Welcome back to TFacts. Today, we've got some sizzling tea from the latest season of Below Deck Down Under. Let's dive into the juicy updates and unforgettable moments from Season 3. First up, we're breaking down the worst storylines of the season. From petty rivalries to messy decisions on the high seas, we'll explore what made fans cringe and what had them cheering for the crew. Next, we unravel the tangled feud between Chef Tzarina Mace-Ralph and Chief Lara Rigby. With a complicated history involving an ex-boyfriend, this drama has layers you won't want to miss. What really happened behind the scenes? We're here to give you the scoop. And finally, we'll discuss Captain Jason Chambers stepping up to defend Tzarina amid the chaos. Who's right and who's wrong in this turbulent crew dynamic? You'll want to stick around for our thoughts on this exploding feud and its impact on the team. Let's dive into the first story. The worst storylines of Below Deck Down Under Season 3. This season has been a wild ride for Captain Jason Chambers and his crew, with plenty of entertaining moments, but not all storylines have hit the mark. Among the highlights and lowlights, some narratives stood out as particularly frustrating for fans. One major storyline revolved around the ongoing tensions between Chef Tzarina Mace-Ralph and Chief Lara Rigby. These two yachties had history before stepping aboard the Katina, and that baggage followed them into the season, making for some cringeworthy moments. Throughout Season 3, viewers watched as Tzarina and Lara clashed at almost every turn, with insults flying and passive-aggressive interactions becoming the norm. Their conflicts, often stemming from Tzarina's insecurities and Lara's perfectionist tendencies, felt repetitive and forced, becoming a case of here we go again. Another storyline that didn't sit well with fans was the saga involving Anthony Bird, Tzarina's sous chef. Instead of smoothly collaborating in the galley, Anthony constantly moaned and groaned about his tasks, leading to an awkward dynamic that only intensified over the episodes. His frustration culminated in an early departure, leaving viewers wondering why so much time had been spent on this lackluster narrative. And then there was Wihan Du Toit, whose antics often overshadowed the crew's potential for cohesion. His love triangle and refusal to assist others created unnecessary drama, resulting in risky situations that had fans pulling their hair out. Overall, while there were certainly moments of brilliance and entertainment, these repetitive, negative storylines unfortunately tagged Season 3 as one that left viewers cringing rather than cheering. What do you think? Were these the worst storylines of the season, or do you have others in mind? Let us know in the comments. Now, let's shift gears and delve into our second story, the intense feud between Chef Tzarina Mace-Ralph and Chief Lara Rigby. As the season unfolded, it became clear that their animosity ran deeper than mere workplace disagreements. Viewers quickly learned that Tzarina and Lara shared a complicated history that added layers to their conflict, and it all began before they even set sail on the Katina. Throughout Season 3, fans witnessed Tzarina and Lara clash repeatedly, often finding themselves on opposite sides of the galley and the deck. Their professional relationship was fraught with tension, largely due to Lara's critical nature and Tzarina's insecurities. It escalated to a boiling point when unresolved issues from their past resurfaced, particularly regarding Lara's ex-boyfriend, who had previously been involved with Tzarina. This drama painted Tzarina in a negative light for much of the season, giving her the unfortunate title of villain among fans. Lara's perfectionist demeanor didn't help either. While she sought to maintain high standards, her biting remarks made it difficult for Tzarina to thrive in her role as chef. The emotional turmoil was palpable, and these conflicts impacted not just the two of them, but the entire crew dynamic. In a pivotal episode, the conflict reached its apex, leading to an explosive confrontation where both women aired their grievances. There were accusations, apologies, and a glimmer of understanding, but the underlying friction remained unresolved. It was a messy, uncomfortable situation that left the audience questioning whether any real reconciliation could occur. Despite the tumult, Tzarina's perspective on the feud presented a more complex narrative, one where she felt painted as the villain while trying to support Lara behind the scenes. She revealed in interviews that the fight was more about mutual misunderstanding than true malice, adding depth to their friction. As we analyze their tumultuous relationship, It's clear that the Tzarina and Lara storyline encapsulated some of the most emotionally charged moments of the season. It was a reminder that sometimes, reality TV is less about the drama and more about people navigating their complex personal histories. What are your thoughts on this feud? Did you think they could have resolved their issues differently? And now, let's move on to our third story. Captain Jason Chambers' support of Chef Tzarina Mace-Ralph amid the escalating feud with Chief Stew Lara Rigby. As tensions rose between Tzarina and Lara, it became increasingly difficult for the crew to navigate the choppy waters of their conflict. In the face of the drama, Captain Jason stepped up to defend Tzarina, showcasing his commitment to maintaining morale on board. Throughout the season, it was evident that Captain Jason was not just a figurehead, he genuinely cared about his crew's well-being. When the strife between Tzarina and Lara turned into shouting matches that reverberated through the galley, Jason intervened. He held meetings between the two, attempting to mediate their differences. However, these meetings often fell short as their emotions ran high, with Lara even storming out at one point. In a remarkable show of support, Captain Jason took to social media to address criticism aimed at Tzarina. He responded to fans who were quick to blame her for the turmoil, reminding them of the harsh conditions of working in the galley. He highlighted that Tzarina was often placed in a position where she was set up to fail, operating under immense pressure with little support. Jason reiterated that her culinary skills had been well received by charter guests, reaffirming his faith in her abilities. Jason's backing of Tzarina speaks volumes about his perspective and leadership style. While some crew members sided with Lara, claiming Tzarina exhibited mean girl energy, Captain Jason chose to defend Tzarina based on his first-hand observations. His support seemed to underline the idea that the crew dynamics were not just about personal conflicts, but also about how leadership plays a role in resolving tension. Ultimately, Jason's decision to stand by Tzarina amid the chaos not only highlighted the challenges of crew dynamics on Asterisk below Deck Down Under, but also served as a reminder of the complexities that come with managing personalities on a reality television set. So, what do you think? Was Captain Jason justified in his defense of Tzarina, or should he have remained more neutral? We'd love to hear your thoughts.